in an office. I'm gonna give it a minute while we get this going. Hopefully the sound's coming through. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah. Welcome. Hopefully it sounds all right. You can just see me fumble around for a minute here while we're getting this going. It's warm. So, welcome again. This is Musings with Stephanie and Maria. I am Maria Cassilly. I'm the Chief Archivist and Tours Manager at City Museum. This is my work office. Max is out there chatting, and he'll be in a minute. So today, we're going to do a From the Archives episode, and we're going to be focusing on pre-City Museum. So this will come into play here in a minute. So let's see. I want to make sure I can read your comments and get that set up. Fortunately, we can't do this until we start going live, so it's not the most convenient thing ever. Let's see. All right, well, we're going to have to wait on the comments thing. So today we're going to talk about Castley and Castley. So in the early 1980s, before City Museum started, backtrack, City Museum opened in 1997, for those that don't know. So early 80s, about 1984, the Bob and Gail Castley, who co-founded City Museum, husband and wife team, they started Castley and Castley, an architectural sculpture company, started in their basement. So they would do a lot of sculptures around the St. Louis area, sculptures, and then also architectural elements. So like architectural facades, architectural pieces, like stairways, lighting, all that sort of stuff. So they're definitely way better known for a City Museum, but hello. My husband, Max Cassilly. Can you pull up so we can get the comments?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. If there are any, say hello. So where was I? So early 1980s, Castley and Castley started in his parents' basement.
It's a huge basement.
It was a very large basement, yeah. It's over in Lafayette Square, and their home was actually originally an old church, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Yes.
A mission.
Which works out because his mom was a nun way back, so that's a whole other story. So what we've been doing, so even though they're best known for City Museum, what I've been doing is going through St. Louis and creating a driving tour or a map of some of their work outside of the City Museum. There's an activity sheet that's on our City Museum website that it kind of looks like a housing listings. It has a selection of their work and where it's located around St. Louis. But I've been working on a Google Maps version of that is not live yet, but we're getting there. So next week we're going to take some more photos. So not all of these entries have photos yet, but let's see. So I wanted to show that to you guys today and kind of get an idea of some of his work, Bob and Gail's and their crew's work around St. Louis. Some of the crew, still works at City Museum actually, which is pretty awesome. So let's skip over.
I just love that internet speaker.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Is it better than our house?
Oh yeah.
Way better. All right. Let's see.
Click on that.
All right. Yay. Okay. So This is, and this again, this is just a selection. This is not an exhaustive list, but we're working on that. So when you look at this map, you can see there's a little, it's pretty much what we covered a little bit about Castley and Castley. And then we've got the different buildings that they have around St. So when you click on that, we're able to attach photos. So this is one of the Ackley building. This is on Washington Avenue. This is a photo of it from this year. And then these are photos that we can include from when it was originally installed. And you can see we've got a bunch, so we'll kind of go through this. So yeah, they did a lot of work with architectural facades. This was a park that they built, or that I guess Bob built. And in the crew, this is it today. This is Root Rod Park. It's near the riverfront. And then this is a model that they used when he was first designing it. And then this is during installation. I believe that's either Mary or
yeah, it might be.
Yeah. Yeah, so this was really early on when they were still building. And then having it on Google Maps also allows us to add some additional history to it too. So you can not only see the parts where they are now and kind of the photos from before, but also adding in different articles, and hopefully video is the goal too, because we do have some shots of videos of them installing it. This is at Vianney High School out in the county. This is a photo of Bob. Apparently when the unveiling took place, the tarp got caught, so he just scaled it and climbed up there and took the tarp off, which is very in keeping with him. Bob was actually a graduate from there in 1968, and for their 35th anniversary, they commissioned him to create the Griffin. And this is from the newsletter from that year that announced the sculpture. It's also very warm in here. I'm just going to put that out there. In this office. This is what happens when you're in something that used to be built as a warehouse. This is the former Castley and Castley headquarters. So after they moved out of the basement, they ended up getting this building on Lafayette. And
that's a current picture.
Yeah, this is a current photo. So it's not in use right now, but it was in use up until Bob's death in 2011. So it had a long run as the Castley and Castley building. Yeah, so these are some more current photos, and this is a kind of detail of the architecture. This is one of the butterfly fences. Actually, I'm going to try and switch.
Oh, yeah. So I'd like to actually say that, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
so the piece on the left over here, that's concrete.
Uh-huh.
This, it doesn't show it. I can make it show it.
The butterfly on the left is concrete, and then in the
middle, those
the
are
doors.
Yeah, those are fiberglass.
Oh, nice.
So, in the late 80s, early 90s, switched over from doing relief work in concrete to doing relief work in fiberglass.
Which brings me, hi. So this is one of the, I think probably the only, it's a lot. One of the only catalogs. Let's see. Hi, Nancy. That they did around St. Louis. A lot of it is the tinted cast concrete. They did a lot of work in Lafayette Square too. I think that was where the original headquarters was. Yeah, where their home was, and then at that time it wasn't very populated, I would say. So he did a lot of work around Lafayette Square.
Hi, Nancy.
So like this window and then this dormer are from the same building. The window is concrete and then the dormer was in fiberglass. So yeah, a lot of these were originally tinted concrete, but then they ended up switching to fiberglass, which a lot of the same materials they used in the City Museum. And this is a close-up of another one of their relief sculptures.
Yeah, it wasn't an accident.
What was it?
City Museum.
Oh, yeah, no. It's really funny, too, because when you see the videos of him talking about the work and how architectural work allowed him to work in a much greater scale than like regular sculpture would typically allow you to do, you can kind of see the inevitability of the City Museum and a lot of the scale and the materials that were being used. Let's see. Go back to this is another one, the public library, and having it to where we can add text and the photos. We can also tell a couple stories, like about how this one, which we've told before, but Bob would often check out books, and either they would get lost or destroyed because they were being used in the studio and then just never get returned. So in order to offset some pretty hefty library fines, he went ahead and built this sculpture where it's got the tortoise and the hare. So this is outside of one of the St. Louis Public Libraries. This is towards the back. So we've got the hare and then the tortoise. All right. And Musings School, this was before, because you and your sister ended up going there, yeah, for a little while?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is, I think, these were done before. These frogs are actually around town. There's one in Lafayette Square Park, and I believe there's another one outside of one of the bars in Soulard as well.
Venice Cafe.
Thank you. I don't know why I couldn't come up with that. That's why you're here. And then if you've been to City Museum, you'll notice the serpents as well. This one doesn't have the spikes on it, which is probably a good idea since it's on a playground.
Yeah.
But there's the serpent fence here at New City School, and there's also one at St. Margaret's, I believe. St. Margaret's of Scotland. One that I didn't know about were these light posts, which seems kind of speaks to the range of materials and styles that they were able to produce. There are 6 of these outside of the St. Louis Galleria. And this guy, so this is closed right now for coronavirus reasons, but this is Turtle Park. These are some older photos of it.
Before they were slimed.
Yeah, there was.
Those ones are after slime.
Yeah, this is after slime, but yeah, there's a whole, and you'll be able to read about it a little bit here. There was a whole to-do about Bob thought that it was a botched restoration, or preservation, I should say, job. So mysteriously, somebody painted "I've been slimed and I can't breathe" on the turtles one night. All right. Another one. And he and his family grew up in Webster Groves. I believe your uncle still lives there.
Mm-hmm.
So Webster, if you're familiar with the St. Louis area, they have these apple chairs, and these are all by Bob Cassilly as well. All right, that's not doing anything. So, there we go. So yeah, Any questions about anything?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Mark says those were hard to make, and I think he's talking about the Galleria lights.
Oh, I believe that. Yeah, I had no idea that those were on there. These are the Manhattan townhouses. These are in the Central West End. This is a photo taken recently, I think in May of this year. And then these are some of the original photos shortly after installation. This is kind of funny too. I kind of want to go back and take another photo of it because this is looking down in between the townhouses. And at this, before I guess it was just a sidewalk, but now they have it as a dead end little U-turn street. And I don't think there's the fence there anymore. And this is another close-up of some of this stairway architectural ornamentation. And again, the digital nature of this map lets us add a couple other photos. Like these are photos that are taken from the Castley catalog. You can add those in there as well. And that's a close-up detail of the work. Okay. We're going back? We're coming back.
Oh, you're back.
All right. Well, I think. So Bob, okay. So here's the thing. Bob also did some work at the St. Louis Zoo. Gosh.
I'll make this face to distract from.
Specifically outside of, well, a couple
Don't
places.
look at the people in this photo that they
Stop
show you.
talking.
Look at my face.
But they did, outside of the living world, they did a lot of reliefs, and then the big rock structure that's outside of there had some little animals on it, and then the giant squid, the pterodactyl that ended up getting moved back to the City Museum, which is now on our first floor. If you're interested in that, we did another segment on that a few weeks ago. But my mother was going through some photos, and the disclaimer is that my grandmother bought these for us, and this was the only day that we wore them, was when she was visiting. But yeah, so Bob Castley and your chief archivist. Yay!
Yeah, biggest fans.
Big fans of the Castley.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't even know we were fans of the artwork. But yeah, so I think that might do it for us. I did, since it's from the archives, I did find this today. This was a really early City Museum guidebook. There's a mission statement and everything. So this was one of the original ones that had some text about where some of the pieces came from. I don't think there were any illustrations. And then, since then, oh, I was using them. I am unprepared. I know.
What are you looking for?
The other, oh, here we go. This is what happens when you're using stuff to work, it just disappears on you. So then after this one came this guy, walking guide. So it's some black and white photos, a couple of color ones. Tells you about the history. And then 2015, we updated. And these are available in the gift shop. Color photos, added, made some changes, things that left or moved. And then we're in the works on another one. No ETA when that'll be put out, but yeah, so we're gonna hopefully make this map available to you guys, and then working on this. So we've got a lot of things going. It's very exciting. So we will. I'm gonna turn the fan back on.
Oh, actually need to turn it off.
And we will, we will see you guys soon. Have a good weekend. Are you doing a show tonight?
I don't know yet.
We'll find out. All right. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Oh, and if anybody has any work that they know of that was done by Castley and Castley, feel free to leave it in the comments, or email the museum. I would love to hear about it, and maybe we can add it to our math. So thank you guys so much. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.